Alright. Alright. So, let me start this off. I'm gonna give my own personal thoughts, personal review on Saints Row 1. Uh, if you're coming here for a very serious review, wrong video. I'm gonna be a little all over the place. I do have what I want to say written, like I have like a cliff notes written down, but I don't know. I usually end up going off on tangents or thinking of things I didn't remember before we started. Well, before I started recording, but whatever. I'm just gonna drive around. I like to be actually playing the game when I say what I want to say. But I guess let's start with what's good about the game. So the first thing I'm gonna say is I like the story. Like it's a pretty simple story, but you got to think it's like this is the first game in the series. It's from like the early 2000s. They're just setting up the rest of it. Oh, yeah, no, I do like it. You got a dude who gets dragged into a gang war, and his team is currently the losing team. So he he joins up, and like one by one they start taking back the neighborhoods, taking down the other three gangs, the Carnalis, the Roller. I think they're the West Side Rollers. Don't quote me on that. And then the Vice Kings. And then once you finally do all that, then you got like two little bonus missions at the end. So, no, I like the story. I love the cast. Like, the characters are all great. Like, you feel bad for Lynn. You like Johnny. You want to go out. You, like, want to go on missions with Johnny. Dex is cool. Troy's, like, your main guy. It's kind of a little bitch, but I guess they answer why in the end credits scene. So, yeah. Overall, the story and the cast are pretty great. I like Julius. Julius brings the crew together. Honestly, all the I like all the gang leaders, cuz like they give you the like presence and the idea that they run this gang for a reason. Like, they wouldn't be here if they weren't who they are, like a strong, like smart, coordinated character. Like, they've been working at this a long time. Like, the Carnalis mission, apparently they've been in Stillwater for like 30 years running the drug racket. And then you got like the Rollers and the Vice Kings, and obviously us. The game obviously. So like, if you don't know anything about Saints Row was obviously made to kind of be in the same market and compete with GTA at the time. But the thing Saints Row did was they started making it like wackier and goofier. Because originally, GTA was a bit more serious, and Saints Row wanted to be like similar, but they wanted to set themselves apart, and they kind of do that with the humor. So it does have some good jokes. It's got some good setups. Let's see. Oh, my bad. I already said I like the rival gangs, but I guess I'll go a little more. This suburban neighborhood is not where I should be. But the enemies have like good variety. Like, you get the Vice Kings, where it's the number two is trying to take over the gang and take it away from Benjamin King, who's had it for forever. You get the Los Carnales, they're like a well-oiled machine. I'm pretty sure at least the two of them were brothers. All three of them might have been related, but at least the two main guys were brothers, so they had like a almost family business going on, and that's how they've been in for a while. Like, they all know their place. They know what they're supposed to do. Like, they were a well-oiled machine. And then you got the Rollers, where it's like a different sort of family, because the Carnalis are brothers, but for the Rollers, it's an uncle and a nephew. and the uncle very clearly is like the calm, cool, and collected leader, and he's trying to bring his nephew into the business and get him to understand like what they do and what has to be done for them to succeed at what they do. Like, if you really wanted to get into it, you could almost argue that the gangs are kind of similar in like their character dynamic, like how all gangs have like that one strong silent type. All gangs have, well, okay, I guess the Rollers didn't, but like what's his name, like Victor, I think it's like Victor and Warren would be the strong types. Then you have the guy who's like second in command or whatever and thinks that he's like, why should we deal with the Saints, why don't we just go over there and kill them? And that's like a Price from the Rollers, and oh god, whatever the dude in the yellow suit from the Vice Kings was. Like, so they do have some similarities, but they're set up differently enough to where I think it's fine. Alright, now I'm gonna get to like the stuff I didn't really like, or things that need to change. So I'm very 50-50 on the driving, cause like obviously some cars are gonna be fast, some cars are gonna be slow, some are gonna be strong, and some are gonna be weak. But overall, it just feels like, I don't know how I want to phrase this. I want to say, I honestly, like, when you bring a car to rim jobs, I wish it would give you the stats. I wish it would be like handling, acceleration, like all that, braking, like, give me the information. Like, obviously the rusty cars like that are going to be garbage compared to the muscle cars. But like, it's just kind of hard to tell until you get in the car and start driving to how it's going to handle, and I wish there was like some way to tell outside of that. One thing I do like about the driving is the other NPCs, they do, instead of like most games where like all the drivers are just like NPCs that just slowly go, Saints Row does have the NPCs that will like right here, like they'll tailgate another one, they'll swerve lane to lane, they'll have ones that are speeding, going way off. Like, I do like that variety, because you actually don't get that in a lot of, well, you don't get that in a lot of open world games that have driving. Usually the NPCs are just like this guy, like just going like 30, and you get to a sign and you stop, turn on a blinker, and it's like that gets old. But the variety is nice, even if the variety does cause me problems here and there. Another thing on the cars is there are so many missions that are there's so many missions that sorry about that. But there's so many missions where you have to like take a car and do a like getaway drive, like you're being shot at, you're being followed and rammed. And I wish your cars could either like when you take it to rim jobs, I wish you could like make your car armored or upgrade it. Or I wish that if it was a vehicle for a quest, it was just stronger as a base. Because there are so many times where it's like I'm doing everything I can to survive, but like you'll have missions where they just start you on like 4 or 5 stars, and like once that happens, you get like the police SUVs that just slam into your car repeatedly, and like dude, like two or three of those and your car is dead. It's almost impossible to get out of a flaming because the second it starts flaming, it's going to explode. There's no like, oh okay, this is the last level, this is, you have 5 seconds. Oh, I want to hit this jump. But yeah, I wish the I wish the cars for missions were way stronger. Or, like I said, like, you would have the option... Please, don't die. The option to strengthen it yourself. See, that's what I'm talking about. Once it's on fire, it's over. It's done. There's no chance of saving your car. But, no, yeah, so... that gets super old. Especially with how many missions you need to drive away. Like, I don't mind driving too, that's whatever. But, like, getaway missions, especially precision ones, because there's, like, 2 or 3 of them where you have to go to Forgive and Forget, and you're trying to essentially go through a drive-through while being rammed into by well, not hundreds, by dozens of other cars. My biggest, my number one complaints about this game is there are no checkpoints whatsoever. I guess I didn't really try it, but I'm assuming you can't save during a mission. So, like, literally, you'll get a mission, and, like, the last Carnalis mission, we start here at Saints Row Crib, and you have to drive all the way down to the airport, and then once you get there, you switch seats, and Dex starts driving, and you start shooting, and then his pathing is just set to drive right in front of this dude that has a rocket launcher. Like, go back and watch my Carnalis video. I had like 4 deaths where it was just because Dex couldn't flippin' avoid a vehicle. So, dude, like, if you gave me a checkpoint, that wouldn't be as bad. Like, okay, if I'm struggling and I have to play a mission like 10 times to beat it, I don't care. But if every single try I have to do the, like, 2 to 5 minutes of driving across town in a vehicle that I need to keep in good shape so that I have a chance for the rest of the mission, like, it's just not fun. It's so annoying. Because, like, you can die to whatever. And then it's 3 minutes of driving. Kind of on that same note, I wish for the amount of driving that they had more dialogue, because there's so many times where it's like a 3-minute drive and you guys will say like 1 line or like 2 lines, and it's like, this drive did not need to be this long, especially because I'm probably gonna have to redo it once or twice. So yeah, having no checkpoints is like a huge downside, because even if it's like a fun mission, it's just so annoying. Because like we had that one stronghold, I think it was right around here. We had that one gunsmith stronghold where you had to climb up to the roof and place the bombs. And then I did that, and I fell while coming down. Like, I didn't even get killed by enemies. I fell off the top because I was going down it too fast, and the slope was too sharp. So my character kind of treated it like a jump forward. But I died from that, and I had to redo the entire mission. It's like, dude, like, Saints Row goes out of its ways to have like title screens and almost like act markers during missions, and it's like, why couldn't you just put a checkpoint there? Why couldn't you just have a little autosave? Like, if I don't complete the mission, delete the save, but if I'm gonna keep doing the mission, just do the save. So yeah, no checkpoints. Huge annoyance. What was it? This one? Okay, so everything in this game, well, most of it, there's 3 of it. There's 1 for each gang. There's 1 for the Rollers, 1 for the Kings, and 1 for the Carnalis. That's how it works mostly for missions. But then for shops, like shops, there can be any number. Okay, stores. Okay. Like right now, look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 flipping rim jobs down here. And then you go to the top half of the map, and there's 2, and they're both over here. There's nothing over here. Dude, The spread of the shops is honestly super annoying, because you'll get like clusters like this, but they don't have a lot of the, like, these are pretty much all the useless ones put together to make it seem like it. Like, this is clothes, changing your haircut, changing your face, buying booze, car dealers. I didn't go to a car dealership once. And jewelry. Like, dude, the only two stores that matter in this game is Friendly Fire. Okay, I guess you could argue Freckle Bitches, because that's like the food. But Friendly Fire and Rim Jobs. And the way they're spread out is so annoying, because like you got this whole wide section of the map, no Friendly Fire. You got the top half with like no Rim Jobs on the left half. There's also not even a crib up here, which is super annoying, because if I want a car, I either need to go... Oh, wait, maybe there is a crib. I'm sorry. I'll give it a sec. Okay, there is a crib. I'll take that back. That makes it a little better. But, dude, it's so annoying when you, like, need a car and you're just stuck in the middle of nowhere and you gotta steal some junker and trot over there. Yeah, Rim Jobs isn't the only example of this, but it's like the biggest example of I'm tired of the spacing between them. I think the best decision ever was to put a Friendly Fire right next to your, like, right next to the church for Saints Row. So, like, not all of them are terrible, but I feel like there either should have been more shops or they should have just spread them out a little better. Like, I know you could argue for some of those districts, like, oh, this is entirely, like, the museum district. You can't just, like, throw... Dog, I don't care. You made it. You made it like that. And you got a Friendly Fire right next to it. Why can't I have a Rim Jobs? This one I already kind of touched on, but cars blow up so easily in this game. Like, sometimes it's deserved, but, I'm gonna come back and kill you. Like, sometimes it's your fault, but... Oh, the cop got him. But like I said, when you're doing a story mission and you're just getting, like, rammed into, like, once or twice... Dude, your car's instantly smoking. There's, like, nothing you can do about it. You're just screwed. And especially where the missions, like, where we had to bring King's car or King's truck for the entire mission, like, when it's getting rammed into, what do you want? Like, somehow the cop cars are always as fast as me. My pit bull. Like, you can't do anything about it. Can I go this way? I've never actually tried going this way. Oh, wow. But, no, it's so annoying. Like, obviously, some of the cars ramming into you would do a ton of damage. But in this game, I don't know if it's for all cars, but it almost seems like... I think that's a tag I can paint over. I don't need the respect anymore, but I want to... Yeah. Dude, I found my second one out of 75. Filming the final episode, but oh, that's not good. No, but yeah, like, it's not every car, like, every time you get touched you're not just doomed, but so many of them are not going as fast as, like, they should be to do the amount of damage they do. Like, I know I'm not always driving the strongest cars, but for some missions I would literally go out of my way to have, like, an SUV or, like, the monster truck or a truck, and they're still just getting destroyed. And then it was gonna be the last thing. The last complaint I have is, let me see if I can get to the freeway so I can show you what I mean. But so like I said, when some cars crash into you, you just take insane amounts of damage. There's when the freeway is the best place to find these, but these trucks the truck or the trucks that would haul like 5 or 6 other cars on the back of them. I don't know what they're called, but you probably know what I'm picturing. Like imagine an 18-wheeler, but instead of a trailer, it's like it's holding 5 or 6 other cars, like the Roller's final mission. If you touch those cars, like even if you're not going fast, it just destroys you. You just take so much damage just from tapping them. Not at all crashing into them, not them crashing into you. You just touch them and your car gets messed up. I'm trying to see if I can find one to show you, because there are so many times I would just be going and then wow, there's not one on this freeway. All right, but whatever. Whatever. That's the last point I wanted to make, is that wow, half the points are about driving, but I guess driving is like such a huge part of the game. Like it better be good. Like that's the point I made in Mafia 1. Like if your character is specifically a driver, and then the driving isn't super great during the game, like it's just not great. Ooh. Okay, that wasn't bad. Yeah, that wasn't terrible, but like these things normally, God, I swear, dude, watch me do. Took off my hood from that. Like, watch me do the Roller's final mission, and like you see this, I'm not even like hitting him. I'm just like slightly bumping into him and just, oh, see, that one didn't do anything. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I honestly, to make this game significantly better overnight, just add checkpoints. If you literally had checkpoints, it wouldn't matter how weak your car was, because you would spawn at a checkpoint with a nice car. Even if it did save the like damage, the durability, you could just get a new car easier. But yeah, basically I would recommend this game. I would say this is very fun. Unfortunately, it is Xbox only. I think I did see online that there's a way to actually make it playable on PC, but it's like frame locked at like, it's like frame locked at like 30 FPS, and you do still need a physical copy of the game. Like you need the Xbox disc. So like if you can get your hands on it, I would recommend playing it. It's a pretty good game. I'm actually really excited for the rest of the Saints Row series, even though the third and fourth games are kind of very divisive among the fans, but you know, everything's divisive amongst everyone when you just really start talking about it. But whatever. That's all I really have to say about the game. I guess if I had to give it a rating, I would give it, I'm gonna say like 7.5 out of 10, and that's almost entirely for the lack of checkpoints and how much like distance driving you have to do. Like it is so annoying how many times you get super far into a mission, die to something just ridiculous, like like that one time I drove all the way to catch up to Price, and then I just got killed by a grenade. Like, just one random grenade went off. Hadn't even gotten the dialogue or anything. We just blew up. But, no, yeah, I would highly recommend this game. I can't wait to play the rest of the series. I'm just heading over to Rim Jobs so I can fix up my car one last time. I was considering trying to do an episode where I would try and get to, like, the final level of the activities, but I tried a few of them off screen and it just was not happening. Like I tried drug trafficking 7. I tried racing again. It was mostly my fault. I crashed the car in racing, but I never beat racing level 1 because I'm a loser. Alright, but whatever. I would say, yeah, I would say easy 7.5 out of 10. You could probably push it to like 8, but it's a it's a great game overall. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. And that's all I have to say for this review. This is mostly my thoughts on the game. Like I said, nothing too serious. This is just what I think. You don't have to think this. You don't have to agree. You don't even have to like it. But I'm going to say it. So here we are. All right, that is the end of Saints Row 1. Even though we're only technically like 60. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, we got too many saves. We're just at 66%. Dude, how much... Dude, like, half the game must be the activities. Oh, sorry. One thing I didn't mention at all. They do a really good job of making you do activities and then story, activities and then story, activity and story. I didn't think that's how it was going to be at the start of the game, but it actually kind of grew on me because I found more and more activities that I actually liked doing. At the beginning, I was like, oh, God, all I like is drug trafficking, maybe an escort, but no, towards the end, insurance fraud, mayhem, yeah, like I said, the drug trafficking and escorting, like, they got good, they got good missions. I wish the driving was a little easier, at least for level 1, but maybe it's, like, just one level per location, and then it'll, like, move to a new spot. I don't know. I didn't beat it. I didn't beat it once. But whatever, that's going to do it for today. Like I said, 7.5 out of 10. Checkpoints, easy, 9 out of 10. Easy. Maybe not easy. Easy 8.5 out of 10 with checkpoints. But whatever, that's going to do it for today. That's going to do it for Saints Row 1. I don't know what game I'm playing next. I got a lot of options. I'm thinking maybe we start going back and finishing series now that we've actually laid the groundwork for the channel. But either way, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a good one, and I hope I will see you next time. See ya.